Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Good to see ya. Just fixing a couple things here. Ooh. JD Lady, thanks for the streak. Welcome on in. Alright. Hi! I'm DC. You can find me all over the internet. DC Lasair. Go to my website. Follow me on Blue Sky. It'll be great. Also, I have affiliate links for you. First up is Doris, a link in bio site, link shortener, blog platform. They do multiple things. Head on over to Doris using my link. And if you like what you see and you want to sign up for Doris Pro, use the discount code DCLasair to get 30% off for 3 whole months. Also, Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds is a VTT, and they have a new reader app now in beta. And when you use my affiliate link to make a purchase, a little bit of that goes towards me. So yay. Alright, welcome on in. It's Friday. Yay. Get myself a little organized. Second. Yes. Ooh. Hey, my green shirt is actually showing up somewhat green. That's good. With the green screen and all, you know, could just fade out. But yeah. Alright. Rich, take a drink. How y'all doing? The weekend. Yay. Okay. Change my setup a little bit today. Oh, right. Yeah, here's my Blue Sky post. Like it and stuff. It's the go live post. Hit like, Blue Sky it, repost it on Blue Sky, all that fun stuff. Do the things. Alright, where's the... See, I decided to change around where I had some windows, and it's probably a good change, but I have to get used to it. And why didn't that... Okay. And if you would like Tech Friday as an RSS feed, just glad to have the calendar back. Yeah. You'd like Tech Friday as an RSS feed, put that link into your RSS reader, and when new episodes pop up in the YouTubes, you'll get informed. All right, let's see. Let's hide that. Take a look there. Refresh this. Do the things. Waiting for things to be streaming everywhere. Okay, there we go. And... oh yeah, St. Jude. Right up there. I am part of Team Cypher, and we are doing a fundraising drive for St. Jude. So if you can help out, go to that link, and you'll add to that total up there. And many of us on Team Cypher should have donation links. So if you don't donate here, go someone else on Team Cypher, and you're like, hey, I should donate to St. Jude, and use their link. It all goes to the same helping out people, so do the thing if you can. All right. Change how I'm doing this Tech Friday up a little bit. So when I go to the screen, you're going to see my Obsidian notes, and then I'm going to click over to the website, and I'm just going to use Obsidian for notes and website because the website's open in Obsidian, so we'll just use everything. And if there's a website that doesn't work inside Obsidian, well, that's why I got other web browsers to go to. All right. So, programming note or whatever. Tomorrow is record store day. I'm excited. Gonna go to that with my friend. Gonna travel around a little bit. Do some record store day things. I don't know. Maybe we get into a fight with the records. Rival record store day people. It's a thing. Sure. Why not? Could be. You don't know. Anyway. So that's kind of my weekend plans, other than the usual watching of the bad movies. Oh, and my friend invited me over for breakfast on Sunday, so that'd be great. All right. Shall we? I think we should. Ooh, breakfast. Yeah. It's your favorite part of the week. It's time for Tech Friday. Welcome on in. Good to see you. We're going to be talking about Meld and Rode and Microsoft, DaVinci Resolve, just a bunch of new things, all sort of splashed together for your enjoyment. First up is going to be Meld Studio. If you don't know about Meld, they are a competitor to OBS in the streaming space. They released a tool called Spark, and it's an AI tool. I know. And so here is their site. Boop. And the idea is you type what you want, it makes what you want. Their videos on it are very much, we're not here to replace artists type thing. In fact, you can use art from artists and put it in. It's still AI. That doesn't stop it from being AI. But here's all their website, or here's their website about Spark and all the things you can do. In an instant. And then the payment plans. Like, I'm glad Meld has a product to charge for, because the basic Meld Studio is free, and that basic thing without the AI is fine. And you don't have to use the AI. I also need to give that disclaimer. You don't have to use this. It's just an option on the side. I'd rather not see it, but it's there. And if you want to, there are Spark Pro and Spark Max plans, though there is a free plan. Should even be interest, and there's a whole fact down here. So, let's talk about this. I have a rant. You can read it all on Blue Sky. I'll post it here. There you go. And in this rant, I point out that now your aesthetic is whatever the AI produces for you. And it's going to wind up looking the same as everyone else's. Just you can modify it only so much before you should either look into doing it yourself or hire someone to do it for you. And we see this already with AI generated websites, that they all have the same look to them. And why do they look the same? Because these looks that the AI generated stuff websites come up with are popular things done to human made websites. So it just kind of mixes those together and regurgitates it. So if you see a website that has purple letters, a black background, kind of white text, sometimes that's going to be an AI site, sometimes not. But it's generally what AI is going to spit out as a good looking website. And I think we're going to run into the same trap with Spark. Just you're going to type in, you want a certain widget, you want to have these colors. Well, it's going to look a lot like someone else who also wants that same widget on their stream. And you're kind of taking away what makes you, the individual streamer, valuable. And then sometimes I see the comment of, imagine AI thing gets you 90% of the way there, and you only have to do 10% of the work. And to that I say, I imagine that you don't have time to be a streamer. You don't have time to make an overlay or hire an artist and approve the overlay and add things that are you to it. You just don't have the time. Counterpoint, the same can be said of thousands of websites using the same WordPress theme. No, not an argument in favor of AI, just counting all looks the same point. Yeah. Or just don't use an overlay. Plenty of streamers don't. Yeah. So yeah, and then a lot of people use the same WordPress theme. That doesn't mean it's AI. It just means it looks good. And that gets into the other point of, and hi Nick, welcome on in. That gets into the other point of muddying the waters of, is the thing AI or not? Because it's taking the popular things that everyone kind of uses and then regurgitating them into other things, and then everything just, the sameness continues on. And then we have people who are ready to anything they suspect without proof is AI. People will instantly come down on you and judge you without any shred of evidence that you had used AI. And this just further, muddies the water, as we say. Chrysicon, hello, welcome on in. And why? Because AI was trained on human creativity. And if you use the same WordPress theme, you like what you like, right? That's fine. I'm not, if everyone likes the same theme, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that because AI sees that and it mixes it up, it makes it harder for us to know about you. It's like, then you have to, then you having the, is this AI, is more to the front of your brain than it should actually ever have to be. Same thing happens with writers, where AI uses some grammar structure and then someone goes, oh, they used M dashes, so clearly that's AI. No, not necessarily. That doesn't mean a thing. It's just, it doesn't mean anything. It does. I should say it means something. It just doesn't mean that it's AI. And so that's kind of my problem with things like Sparks. Like, yeah, I can see where you can make a thing. And what also Sparks does, if it really catches on, it will take out the need for these third-party bots like StreamerBot, like Mix It Up, and those type of bots, because you can just type in a prompt and have Meld spit that out without having to know anything about these other bots. And what's the need for them then? So it's really taking all the joy out of our internet. Yeah. And like Nick brings up, thousands of people do use the same WordPress theme, and that's fine. Again, I'm not gonna, I use a lot of Canva. I'm sure I've used backgrounds that thousands of other people have used in my thumbnails. But the difference is I made that choice myself. And I'm saying I like this. Or this is fun to me, not this is what this thing tells me I should do. It's intention, y'all. Just like in journaling and PKMs, it's all about intention. And going through. Hey Rex, welcome on in. Doing a little rant about Meld's AI thing called Sparks. And again, I want to be clear, you don't have to use Sparks. It's just going to be in Meld. It's a little icon on the side. You can choose to click it or not. Not being forced on you, though they would love you to use it. And they would love for you to pay for a tier of it. You don't have to. Meld still functions perfectly fine, and the base Meld without the AI stuff is pretty good. I like the punk rock background here you have. It is intentionally speaks volumes. Thanks, Rex. I appreciate that. It amuses me to no end, so it stays until I think of something else I like. But yeah, AI isn't going to make this. AI doesn't know that I think this is clever and fun. So, moving along, if you want to talk more about it, let's by all means put more comments in chat. But I want to kind of get that out of the way up front, talk about it, because it's a big thing. Again, look at my blue sky rant. It's all there. And at the same time, I'm also not going to say don't use Meld. I'm just saying don't use Sparks in Meld, because Meld is a good product. It's just that it has this AI bit now, and a lot of things we use have AI bits that you can ignore in them. And kind of loosely connected, and we'll get to how it's loosely connected in a moment, is Rode. Rode had their Rode posted a video of their NAB announcements. NAB is the National Association of Broadcasters. And every year they have a big conference where you get to see what's upcoming for broadcasters. And now we have, some things that are going to be for streamers and podcasters and things like that. So NAB is happening this weekend. So we'll be talking about all the things that apply to streamers and that maybe we can use with our actual plays and things like that next week, so we can have all the stories. However, yesterday Rode posted a video of all their announcements. So I'm going to link that here. Watch this video after this, of course. Bookmark it. But there's their video going over everything. They have new wearable mics, you know, kind of like this guy, with using a new capsule mic technology they say is better sound and all that. And they touch on some of the technical details. But their new mics, they are kind of squarish. You attach them, you can even have a lapel mic on them, and it does the transmitter receiver thing. So 2 transmitters to a receiver, and they want these to be popular with podcasters and broadcasters and everyone making that type of content. And they have a bunch of technical details, you know, 32-bit flow, all that. All the popular things. So brand new mic system from Rode. They also have some new mic arms coming out, which actually look neat. They have a kind of a low profile one that had a lot of, you know, connecty arm bits to it. And then one that can sit just sort of on your desk and doesn't need to be clamped to the desk, but can sit on top. So let's see here. There was that. There was the mic arms. And they also announced something called Rode Studio. I think it was called Rode Studio. Don't quote me on that. Just watch the video, see whatever they name it. And that is where the AI comes in for Rode, is that they have this new thing where you can edit and make all these. Yeah, it's like an editing suite, but by Rode, and you can, again, type in a prompt of what you need. It will take the voices that you record. It'll make transcripts. That's kind of their Rode's focus on this, was more, hey, if you want to make a good sounding transcript, you want to edit the audio, here's our thing that has a bit of AI in it that helps take care of all that for you. So a bunch of stuff coming our way from Rode. And as we get more individual announcements on these things, as Rode releases them, we'll talk about them in future Tech Fridays. All right, next up, let's talk about Microsoft. Due to the RAM shortages, they're raising the prices of the Surface. So as you can see, because of the RAM shortage crisis due to AI, their flagships are now up to $500 more expensive than they were at launch. And a little bit of irony, as Microsoft is one of the big companies that, of course, pushes their Copilot AI, and so they helped cause the RAM shortage. And it's like, guys, what are you doing? Stop it. So now, Surface, I have an older Surface. I really like it. I like Surface laptops. They're great. But now that they have the price increase due to RAM shortage, they're not the best value anymore. Even against other Windows machines currently that have that, you know, other companies like Dell, like Lenovo, who haven't had to increase their prices quite as much yet due to RAM shortage. And the big winner here, once again, is going to be Apple, because they kept everything in-house and they have a bucket of chips that they made. And, you know, they have MacBook Neos, which we'll get to MacBook Neos in just a minute. And so they haven't had to raise their prices as much as this either. And ultimately, this just hurts Microsoft and Surfaces, because you're going to go to a store, see that you're just not getting as great a machine as you once were for the price. And speaking of Surfaces, there's of course going to be new Microsoft Surfaces that are, these are going to only be incremental upgrades. However, it's going to be at the premium pricing still, because RAM shortages. But there are new. If you want to see some of the details, go to that link I just put in chat. And you can see all the details that are probably going to be coming with the new Surface Pros. And to sort of sweeten the pot and make it interesting for people to actually get a Surface, and to combat the MacBook Neo, the MacBook Neo success, I suppose, Microsoft is offering a college deal. You can get discount on some machines, a free year of Microsoft Office, and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for new customers only. And all the details are in this Engadget article. Did I give you the right one, or did I just post the same article again? Hold on. Copy and paste should work. There we go. That article. Go there. And it's not really that great of a deal. I mean, there's already a lot of alternatives to Office that are getting popular. It's only a year of Game Pass. College is 4 years, so if you're tempting the college kid, they're not going to be able to afford those other 3 years of Game Pass. You don't give them any break on that. A little bit of a break on price is great on the machine, but your machine is still overpriced because of RAM shortages. But again, if that is attractive to you and you want a Windows laptop, Microsoft has some deals for you. But again, I don't think it's really I don't think it cuts into the value proposition of the MacBook Neo. At least not enough. And we still haven't seen a Windows PC Maker response to the MacBook Neo. Now, we probably will in a few months once they have time to make machines and make announcements and all of that. Right now, and this isn't Surface specific. This is, you're getting a Windows machine, so maybe you can get a good deal out of it with something from HP or Asus or Lenovo, anything like that. So perhaps there's a good deal to be found. But if you can get a MacBook Neo, it's still tempting, which MacBook Neos are now sold out until sometime in May. So if you're looking for a new laptop, you might want to wait a bit and see what's coming in the next few months, especially as makers of Windows laptops actually have some sort of realistic response to the MacBook Neo. But otherwise, MacBook Neo is a great value if you can get one now. So if you really want one, get in on. If you really want a MacBook Neo, get in on any waiting list you can, and it'll be next month before you can actually get your hands on it. All right, moving along. We have some photo and animation software announcements going on. DaVinci Resolve now challenges Adobe Lightroom. There are some AI features with this, but they have a bunch of AI tools, right? And they're the things you kind of think they would have. Why isn't my... Oh, wait. No, that doesn't make sense. My button isn't buttoning. All right. So, as you can see, bunch of AI things, blah, 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 blah. But they have new photo modes. They still have their very high-end color grading thing. This is what DaVinci Resolve was originally built on before they made it a video editor and everything. It was the best color grading software you could probably get. But now they have this, they made a new fancy node editor. You can crop and reframe your photos, organize images, image capture. You know, you have all these great things. And then they also improved the editor, the video editing stuff as well. And the new photo stuff is meant to directly compete with Adobe Lightroom. And on top of that, it's DaVinci Resolve, so it's free. And that's pretty great. I use DaVinci Resolve to edit all my videos, everything. I really like it. And if you're looking to do a little more advanced photo thingies with the tool and you don't want to pay Adobe prices, check out what DaVinci Resolve has on offer. And to kind of go with that, there are two pieces of animation software I want to point out. I'm about to sneeze. One moment. Sneeze break. Okay. There we go. Excuse me. Apologies. All right. Animation software. So there is... Canva purchased a thing called I haven't had time to try these because I just found out about them earlier today. But Canva has one called Calvary. Calvary, yeah. That's all here. Apparently Canva bought it up. So they have the Affinity suite, and now they have the Calvary Studio. Which again, you can download for free. I said accept cookies. Okay. Motion design reinvented. Let's see what it all does. And yeah, it's free for individuals because Canva decided to release it free. It's been available for a while. But as it says here, it's free 2D animation software, professional features. It looks pretty great. So if you're looking to do some animation, try this out. Or you could try out an After Effects competitor by a company called Maxon, called Autograph. Again, free for individuals. Just don't download it. Try downloading it on April 20th between those times because they're having site maintenance. But yeah, if you want a free solution, you want to do After Effects motions and animation, check out Autograph. You can do compositing, rotoscoping and tracking. They offer plugins. And again, it's free. And I'll get that link into chat for you all. Right there. So yeah, it's great that now we have these other animation softwares that are probably easier to use than other animation software we've had access to for free before. They kind of took some of what After Effects does and goes, that's a good idea. We can do some good ideas with that too. And threw them out there. So it's wonderful. I hope to see lots of stuff made using these tools because I think that's just great that we have these. So now you can do more of this type of stuff with DaVinci Resolve. And now we have Autograph and Calvary. So take your pick and try and bit both. And just by looking at screenshots, they do seem a little easier to use than other free animation software I've seen available for everybody. All right, let's move along to Deck Blue, which has released version 2.21. 0.1 was released, I think, earlier today, but their blog, so they have, here's their blue sky to what is new in the 0.1 part of 21.1. And here is the 2.21 to read all the improvements going in. So yeah, proper changelog. And you can see that, so Deck Blue is like what TweetDeck was for Twitter. Deck Blue is for Blue Sky. I use it all the time. When you see a Blue Sky post that pops up and it's a different time zone than I usually post things, I probably scheduled it in using Deck Blue. But new profile user experience, like repost and reposted reposts, nice. Some fixes. And then here's 2.21.1. Even more things. So if you like Blue Sky, you want a little more functionality out of it, you like big column views of all your Blue Sky going on, definitely check out Deck Blue. And Deck Blue is just one person, so if you can support them, please do so. It's an amazing service. They work hard at it. And like I said, I use it almost every day. All right, moving on to Spotify. They had an announcement. They're expanding into printed books. Which, okay. So they are partnering with bookshop.org and with their service called Page Match. Oh, no, sorry. Page Match allows listeners to move seamlessly between audiobooks and the printed ebook edition. So the ebook and, it follows along, the words follow the text, that type of thing. But you can actually get the book now, too. So if that's of interest, if you're still using Spotify, by all means, check it out. Their audiobook plan is still, or I don't know if they have a paid one that's more hours, but it's still only 15 hours a month, which if you listen to audiobooks like I listen to audiobooks, 15 hours a month is laughable. Especially when one book is way more than 15 hours. But yeah, I do like that they partnered with bookshop.org because they're a great site. And they have a page match feature, which is also kind of nice. I'll give them props there for that. It was just struck me as so odd that Spotify and now books. What is happening? Printed books via Spotify. That seems weird. But yeah, so get your digital books, get it matched up with the audiobooks. If that's a feature you need, you can now do that via Spotify. All right. And this next one is thanks to Nick, who pointed this out in my Discord. It is a SQL or SQL to Markdown. So if you know what SQL is and you use it, you can now convert those things to Markdown, which is great. I don't know what it is other than, you make databases, talk to each other with it. But it's on GitHub. You can download it, pre-alpha, use at your own risk. But that transforms it into Markdown is lovely, and I encourage Markdown for everything. So anything that gets it to Markdown, I will talk about. But yeah, can see all the details here, and if you understand them, let me know, because I sure don't. Okay. And thank you, Nick, for posting about that. Great. And if you want to provide more context to it, by all means, go for it. All right. I want to talk about a couple TTRPG things because friends are involved in Kickstarters. Well, then, first up, Mimics and Misfits. I actually said it right. Is kickstarting a system called Duality. And here's their page for that. Looks really fun. If you go to the Chaotic Wholesome, it'll probably be up on their YouTube, but they have a actual play with it using a 2d6 fail forward system. And so if you want to see how it runs, definitely check out the actual play going on with Chaotic Wholesome Presents. and check it out. Well worth backing. And the other project by Josh Simons, who is excellent being, is Paragon's RPG has a starter kit they are trying to fund. Here's that. Paragon's the role-playing game came out last year, I believe, and now they're making a starter kit for it. It's a pretty good game. I have the book over in my book selection shelf. And so, yeah, go check out all the rewards and help out another cool creator doing cool things. And see all their stretch goals here. And this looks like it will be a very neat starter set. So if you want to play superheroes, check out Paragons. That'd be amazing. And that wraps it up for Tech Friday today. Oh boy. So if you're watching this VOD on YouTube, I'll see you next week. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you like and subscribe. They're right down there. You just move the mouse and you click them and you're done. It's free. We like free. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, do the things, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for being here. And I am now going to hold for edit. Okay. So if you're watching live, stay with me, please, because there is more. We're getting into the second hour where we just relax and talk about whatever. We can talk about anything that was brought up on Tech Friday. I look at other news, so it's open season. If you can relate it to tech, TTRPGs, stationery, anime, that'd be great. But we're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to run some ads to keep pre-rolls away. And we'll be right back. See you soon. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. I'll leave the music on. Why not? Good. Thanks for coming back. Let's see here. Flatlander Tech. Cool DIY channel. Lots of laser cutting, 3D printing. A video on his filming rig using OBSBot. Yeah! Share that link, please, Rex. Springleaf, hello. Welcome on in. Good to see ya. We're in the cool down portion of Tech Friday. A lot of links. They'll all be in my Discord. Anyway, also raising for money for St. Jude with Team Cypher. So if you can afford to donate, right up there, do the thing. All right, and we're gonna switch around a window. And thank you, Rex. Let me open this in a new tab to save it after the show. Excellent. Love it. All right, let's do a quick look for other tech things that may have happened or posted about since we've been on. Oh, I should be getting a JetPens delivery tomorrow, I think. Oh, that's right. I also wanted to show the JetPens video. All right, let's look for... tech. Okay, this might be a thing. Have to look into this more. Intel refreshes non-ultra core CPUs with new silicon for the first time. Go take a look at that. And so they're doing new CPUs. Let's see if I can dig out any information that makes sense to me. Just talks about how the chip is being made. And what they do and how they compare to other chips. Will we be able to afford these new CPUs? Apparently, yes, because they aren't well, even though they aren't as powerful as other chips on the market, we still may not be able to afford them. But, oh, I see. The only potential bad news, according to Ars Technica, that heavily depends on your perspective, is that the new chip's built-in NPU falls short of the 40 TOPS that Microsoft requires for PCs to earn the Copilot Plus PC label. So, you know, if you want to avoid the Copilot Plus PC, look for these Intel chips. And it's not going to be a Copilot PC. Sounds like the kind of endorsement I'd rather avoid, right? And yeah, these are made let's see here. High-end to mid-range Intel chips will probably include the advancements they're making these. It's like when attack ads make you go, oh, I definitely will vote for that person now. Rather they bring back Clippy, right? Excellent. All right, Leaf, you had did you hear about the company Allbirds? No. What about Allbird? Because an AI company? Let's see. What is Allbirds shoes? Oh, I see. The sneaker company plans to become an AI company. He plans to pivot to AI. That's wild. Why would you do that? Okay. Well, sure. They're making a thing called Newbird AI. That's just wild. What is happening, y'all? You're a sneaker company. All right. Their shares went up like 500% when they made the announcement. Oh, of course they did. That's right there in their name. Frickin' bird brains. Sold off the sneaker part of their company. Oh, something I forgot to talk about was Amazon is, I want to say, bricking older Kindles. Are you saying they sold their souls? Excellent, Nick. Love it. Best pun today. All right. So Amazon is bricking older Kindles, and apparently it affects 3% of the Kindle install base, which is still a lot of people. But the Kindles they're not doing new things to are 13 years old, and my initial reaction was, you purchase technology, you know that a company isn't going to support it forever, especially after 10 years. That is rare. That's part one of this argument. Part two is what Amazon is doing to the Kindles and offering. So they are offering something like 20% if you off a new Kindle, should you want to buy one. But then again, if you wait till Black Friday, you can probably get a new Kindle for even cheaper than that. At least, this was one YouTuber's view on it. Was that, wait till Black Friday. Also, what Amazon's doing is that you won't be able to download your books onto the Kindle anymore, even though you have the Kindle app. Like, you still have your books. If you put the Kindle app on your phone, you'll be able to access your books. They're all there. You just can't put them on your Kindle, which is weird. Which The reasoning is because it's it would be a kind of a digital transaction, and there's, the hardware itself is too old for it to be secure anymore. And yeah, a lot of people prefer the old Kindle. Yep, that's true. There's a lot of devices I've really loved, but I know it's not gonna last forever. It's just gonna be that way. So yeah. So if you have you still have time to download all the books onto your Kindle and it will work, you can just never factory reset the Kindle or download anything else. So I think you have until maybe May or June sometime to get all your books. Forcing folks to buy a new Kindle or some other e-reader, right? Like, in my mind, since the Kindles of more than a decade ago came out, there's a lot of really great alternatives. The books line is fantastic. There's Kobo. There's all sorts of excellent other e-readers that aren't Kindles, and some you can just get the Kindle app on and have your books plus other things too. So Finite Singularity, welcome on in. Good to see you again. Thanks for coming by. Y'all, if you like to do cool OBS things, check out Finite Singularity on all the things. In person, we were just talking about Amazon retiring more than a decade old Kindles and how that now just is a reason to look at other e-readers that are newer than the decades old Kindles that you might like better. And so yeah, Kobo looks good. I'm liking a lot of books and their offerings. That's BOOX. I have the Books Palma, which is a great little device. Google pulled the plug on your thermostat that was less than 10 years old. Right? It's so weird. Yeah, out of all the things to go away, it's a thermostat. It should just keep doing its thermostat things. Thermostat still works. They just discontinued all the smart features, so you can no longer control. Oh, that's frustrating. Once I have remote control of a thing, I tend to want to keep remote control of that thing. Years before Google bought Nest. Oh wow, yeah, won't ever buy from them again. Understandable. Oh, another thing that wasn't in my notes, which I don't know why it wasn't. Complete topic shift again. Blue Sky was having difficulties yesterday, and it was they say it was a distributed denial of service attack, DDoS. And they're still dealing with a bit of it this morning, but I think it's all cleared up now. I found it kind of funny. People were just automatically blaming vibe coding for it, but it was DDoS. Oh, but also some provider issues, and also their vibe coded code, right? Like DDoS, and then they put stuff on top of it. Right? You're like, what? So yeah, I hit that right when I was trying to. So yesterday when I started stream, I was running into, well, now I can't make my blue sky post. You're handed a package. Oh, JetPens is here. Well, obviously you have to, one, tell us what it is, and two, when you have time, put pictures in the Discord. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to, but but yeah, so I not only would, I wasn't getting my go live post out, my camera decided not to go on. I'm like, why is all this happening now? Couldn't this happen at some other time? Just trying to stream. And I had some other unrelated frustrations during the day, so you don't know what it is, so there's some lead refills for a holder and eraser stick, and excellent. Ooh, some of those eraser sticks. Oh, that's right. JetPens had a new video the other day, and there was a thing. And now I gotta go to the video. Yeah, here we go. Let's see here. Copy link address. Get to use oh yeah. Sorry, I had to embiggen that emote, but yeah. You had to cut them open with a sharp object. Open once work is over. 10 more minutes. All right. Recently heard about an inexpensive e-ink reader called Zentech. Yeah, I heard about that too. We can got a really enthusiastic modding community. Has a MagSafe magnet thingy, so it can snap. It looks pretty. It does look neat. And I've been watching YouTube videos about this thing, and it's only like, I don't know, $70, $80, somewhere in there. And it's this little e-reader. Again, it's small. But what people are doing is that the software that comes with it apparently isn't very good. So people are flashing it with other software. I can't remember the name of it, but you just go to a website. I think it's one of those, you go to the website, you plug the thing in, and it flashes it for you type thing. And then it becomes this usable device. And exactly like Nick said, it has a magnet on it. So if you have an iPhone, you can just stick it to the back and carry it along. But again, it's small, and depending on your eyesight, may be an indicator. But they look neat, right? They're fancy. So yeah, look it up. There's lots of YouTube videos on it. Just don't keep the software it comes with in it. And there's just the name on its own. Okay, let me get a shorter link in here. So one thing in the jet pens video were these glass pens, which look adorable. You know, one's a cat playing with goldfish. They are very expensive. I will say that. Like the cat playing with goldfish is $179. But they're adorable. And there's one with a frog on top. Kai Hawkeye, welcome in. Good to see ya. Talking about jet pens. Also, extremely adorable thing. Glass dip pens are a fun way to dip into using fountain pen ink without having to maintain a fountain pen. Excellent. Love it. Also, good pun. Okay, these cat multi-pouches. They're only about 20 bucks. And they're adorable. You could put a carbiner on them and attach them to things. It's a zipper pouch. But they're cats. And there's a lot of them. There's a medium version and a small version. I bet they're so soft. Yeah. Look fluffy. Might get one for your niece. She clips all kinds of fluffy things to her pants and bags. Might as well be able to keep some stuff in it, right? Got to make it practical and useful, you know? Especially if you're carrying it around with you. You know? All right, what else do we have today? Tech reader, what do you have for us? Oh no, Meta had to hike the price of the Quest 3 and Quest 3S because of the RAM crisis. Oh no. Anyway, moving on. Oh, another thing I forgot to talk about, which kind of had a lot today. It's like complaining about the fire they caused, right? So weird for years old tech products to be going up in price. Exactly. But YouTube did a thing. Pouring gasoline on flames. Won't someone do something about this fire, right? So YouTube did a thing on your mobile app, and I don't know if everyone has it yet, but it is rolling out to everyone, that you can disable seeing YouTube Shorts. At least on your phone. I don't know if there's a... Yeah, on your phone. So when you scroll through things, you can set it. There's a setting where you can just set it to like 0 minutes or whatever. And when you're scrolling YouTube, you don't see any shorts. And apparently a lot of people like this idea. So you may not have it yet, but it is eventually going to be rolling out. And then in that article gives you the pathway to do that. Settings, time management, shorts feed limit, and you set it to 0. And then when you're scrolling YouTube on your phone, it's just the beautiful long form content. It's not the shorts. And yeah, I didn't think it would be quite as popular as what it turns out to be. Shorts are the only thing I actually watch. Everything else gets filed away to be watched later. Never, right? Yeah, I was surprised how many people were like, yeah, this is great. I'm like, oh, okay. Get some progress made on Sunday afternoons, yeah. I watch mostly long form content on YouTube. One of the co-founders of Netflix is leaving, Reed Hastings. Oh, that's interesting. And it's going to be weird hearing, people talk about Netflix with, it's, in terms of a business without hearing the name Reed Hastings attached to it. So let's see if we can get an article that from a source that actually interesting. There we go. Yeah, CNN. I googled the story and there's a couple sources that had the article. I'm like, don't like those sources. But yeah, there's the article on CNN. So now apparently he is going to focus on his philanthropy and other pursuits. Sure, Reed, don't they all write? Yep. Just totally not gonna just live his life and on his piles of money. Let's see. Cuts open plastic USPS package to find USPS cardboard box inside. Wow. Translation, it's so much hard work to create my own content rather than just rebroadcasting others' work. It's too hard. I'm going home to play with all my money, right? All right, we can keep talking about all this stuff as well, but I'm going to move into TTRPG things. And this was something I wanted to mention. I was thinking it could be code for he's lined up a new job, but they haven't announced whoever he's replacing is going to write. Wizard of the Coast has announced a new actual play called Dungeon Masters. It's going to premiere next week. And it's going to be using Ravenloft. And what they're doing is also going to be showing you how to play with the 2024 rules. So it'll be all that. It has quite a cast. Check it out. Again, side note, I do work in the background sometimes for Wizards of the Coast, so full disclosure on that, but they have no say over what I say here or anything. I just like D&D, and so, yeah. All right, what else we have? Me who only watches Friends actual plays, Wizards of the Coast still make actual play, right? Yeah, this is their first one in quite a while. And the episodes are going to be up on their YouTube. Saw some feedback on the Variety where the author did not recognize that. Yeah. The apparently in the Variety article, they didn't acknowledge that there were other APs somehow. I don't know if they corrected that today at all or if that's still there, but Yeah, that was one of the big criticisms of the author of the Variety article. Like, where at your wait? Are you covering a TTRPG thing and somehow not knowing it? And so I imagine they would post a correction. At least I would hope. So yeah, people were having a lot of fun. What you expect these days to journalists these days to behave like actual journalists, right? Expectations too high sometimes. No one has played football on TV before. Depends which football. Fairly, very, very fair. Both. So, also, the Octopath Traveler games is going to have a TTRPG. But I think it will be... Yeah, there's going to be an English version of it. It'll be released October 6th. And I think I really want to play an Octopath Traveler game. I played one briefly, but I didn't get into it. I should really give that another go. And then also the Dungeon Crawler Carl TTRPG is shattering records on backer kit. Article by TTRPG fans once again. Have a kitty. Hi, Hannah. Didn't meow at me. Come here. This is Hannah. Hi. Lady says hi. Oh, you want to get down now. Okay, hold on. There you go. Hi. She's just being a purr machine right now. I'm enjoying the audiobook series. Yeah, the audiobooks are fantastic. And I'm all caught up on the audiobooks. So now I got to wait till May for the next book to come out. And the guy who does all the voices, well, later books he doesn't do all the voices. They actually hired some other people. Is a guy by the name of Jeff Hayes, and he is brilliant at it all. And there are 2 versions of the audiobooks out. Not all of them are out in the second version, but the first one is sort of a Audible exclusive, and it is really well done. It's by a company called Sound Booth Theater, which Jeff Hayes runs. And they're great, but they're also doing this thing, and you can find it on the Sound Booth Theater website, where they're adding in more sound effects and having other people come in, and they're doing more like a radio play of the production. And Hannah, cut it out. What are you doing? 1 second. I gotta take care of Cat. Anyway, so on Sambu Theater's website, there you can purchase this. At least I think the first and maybe second book are available as if you want a full audio production of these. But even if you just get what's available on Audible, it's an amazing read. Jeff Hayes is very, very talented. Highly recommend checking it out in its audio form. And Matt Dinneman and Jeff Hayes will be at Gen Con. So if you're going to Gen Con, there are opportunities to say hi. I may be trying to get in on one of those opportunities. So if it's I don't know if it's going to be a ticketed thing or what, but there'll be a couple things around the Dungeon Crawler Carl role-playing game at Gen Con. If Reed Pop bought Gen Con, would they rename the convention Gen Pop? Wouldn't surprise me. Been watching a lot of cop shows, right? Yeah, Seth MacFarlane and his production company is signed on to make a Dungeon Crawler Carl TV show. Is this backingtracks.gg music? It is. Indeed. I purchased their Neon Rain album off of Bandcamp. I really like backing tracks. And I don't have a music streaming service currently. So I was like, ooh, what is there not to like, right? There's a lot of good in backing tracks. And so, hello, welcome on in. Glad you could join us. Yeah, I like backing tracks, and I have just found a Stream Deck plugin that I'm in love with. Well, you got to tell us about it now. But yeah, I really like everything backing track does. I have a since I use them for I have a little blurb to go to their backing tracks website and all my YouTube videos, because they're just great, and I use the music for the beginnings and ends and during these segments of my Tech Friday show. So of them. Okay, we have to take a look at this. Simple stats. Real-time Windows system monitoring on your Stream Deck. Oh, no special setup like that, like the sound of that. GPU, NVIDIA only, that's fine. Memory, disk. Oh, that's fantastic. I will have to get this. I will have to add a page to my Stream Deck. Just for this. These are... the buttons look great. But yeah, y'all, if you have a Stream Deck, check that out. Now got a profile that instantly fills your Stream Deck XL with all my CPU cores, and they're used to... Wow! Amazing! Pretty cool. Oh, I like this a lot. It's $5, but one of the best plugins. Yeah, it's... It looks well designed. Yeah, that would definitely be worth the $5. Very nice. I will have to mark it as future purchase. Actually, I need to put it into my notes so I don't lose it. There we go. Yay, officially in my notes. Lovely. And all my notes I take in Obsidian. Sorry, I just had to mention Obsidian somewhere today, so it feels weird not saying something about Obsidian. All right, yeah. Well, that will be a future purchase. All right, look through some stuff. Oh yeah, tomorrow is Record Store Day. Yay! Making a day of it with my friend. If you don't know about Record Store Day, there are exclusive vinyls at your local record store. Well, you check, there's an official website, and you put in your location, and it'll tell you if there's record stores near you participating. I made my list. And your record store won't get all the records. They'll have a order, and they'll only get in so many. These are more limited run records as well. And yes, I am well aware that vinyl is, you get better sound out of a CD than you do a vinyl record. But I like vinyl records. And there's some really interesting things that people are still doing today with vinyl. So yeah, and they have a list of all the records that will potentially be at a record store. So a friend of mine and we go around to different record stores. We even visit other cities that, we'll drive 45 minutes, an hour. I think one year we drove 3 hours just because there's another city that's kind of neat to go to, just to be in that city. And so we went there and went to the record store. Interesting things with vinyl. Do you mean Funko Pops? Indeed. But what I hope to do this year is take a lot of pictures, and then on Wednesday we'll do some photo printing and commonplace book updating for craft day. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to say again, y'all, there's a record store near me that on record store day, they give out free hot dogs. You just go, whether you get anything or not, you can just get a free hot dog and a pop. And now, a flash from the past from our stacks of wax, right? Yeah, so I've made a list. If I have the budget for possibly one, depending how much they are, possibly one, maybe two. But if I find one, at least one, I'll be happy. I don't go in, determined to get everything on a list. I just, if something's there, it's really an excuse for me to go have fun with my friend. And we get to travel around a bit to different stores and places. And that's really the important part of Record Store Day. But if there is a record you are looking for and just dying to have, and it's on the Record Store Day list, plan on lining up early, because if your record store has them, they're only going to have a limited quantity of them, because there might only be, they might only make 5,000 of these, and then that's 5,000 to share between all of the stores that participate in Record Store Day. So yeah, if there's something you really want, and sometimes record stores will put out records they still had from Record Store Days from previous years, and you can just pick those up. And purchase those as well. Yeah, and the friend I'm doing this with is the same friend I go around with on comic book day, and then we get our free comics and go around to like 3 or 4 comic book stores. So we kind of have our regularly scheduled day trips for the year. So all right, and getting time to wrap up. Let's see who is on that we can take a raid over to. Got a frozen pizza in the oven, should be done. You can spin the wheels of steels and deliver the feels. See, who is there? Anybody on I normally raid into? Not seeing a name I normally raid into. Well, let's see. Excuse me a second. Gotta lean in here a moment. Do a refresh. Will raid technique playing Street Fighter 6. All right, that's a excellent option. So, thank you all once again for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll be back on Monday with more Bravely Default. And then Wednesday we'll have a craft day, Friday another Tech Friday, and video game streams in between all of that. So we're looking for the Fire Crystal in Bravely Default. So that should be fun. And once again, raising funds for St. Jude as part of Team Cypher. So that's my link, but any member of Team Cypher raising funds, feel free to use their link because it all goes to the Team Cypher pool. So by all means, if you can donate, please do so. St. Jude is a wonderful organization. And yeah, be around. Thanks for the stream and have a great weekend. Good hunting on Record Store Day. Thank you. I'm losing my voice. It's going all crackly and things. So, thanks for being here. Have a fantastic weekend. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and stay tuned for the raid. And where's the button? Button! Yay, I'm hitting the button now. It's being hit. Here it goes. Hitting button. Button press.